it's Monday and I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I'm Caroline Blinska. If you have not been watching my Facebook Lives, and trust me, you're missing out. I do these, try to do them 5 days a week, and every one of these that I've been doing, it's always related to e-commerce in some sort of way. And I always bring up, Wednesdays is a Facebook Q&A, my Facebook Live Q&A, but all the other days I bring up a topic of the day. So either something that I was working on in my own businesses, or a client spoke to me about, or just something that I thought about during the day. Maybe I read an article. So today I wanted to talk about a situation that I was in. A few things, actually. There's a few things going on. First of all, I'm super excited. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm about to go 100% nomad. So in 10 days from now, I'm hitting the road, and I can do that because that's how my business works, is I can work from anywhere. So I'm going off, I'm holding a live event in London, which I'm really excited about. So if you are in London and you would like to come along, I'm doing a live presentation. It's 100% free. Come down. It's going to be at a co-working space in London. I will put a link underneath this video as well. And I'm also doing not only the free event, there's also going to be an intense workshop if you want to join that as well. But if you're in London, it's going to be great. I'll be talking about going into a lot more depth on certain topics, and then also doing a live Q&A so you can actually ask me questions as well. So while let me just share this over. If you are not in my Facebook group yet, you must join. It's free. So I have a free Facebook group. Now, a lot of people ask me this, and I'll explain it to you. So I do have a lot of free things that I do. Like I do this free Facebook Live 5 days a week. I also do sorry, I'm just sharing this into the group. It's live. Okay. So I do these free Facebook Lives 5 days a week. I'm doing that free event in London. I do other free things. I run free events here in Barcelona. I'm always doing free things. And then people say to me, well, what are we paying for if we come to you? What do you actually charge for? And the answer is that I can give you a lot of information for free, but at the end of the day, it's general advice, and I try to be as specific as possible. Of course, I try to give you really good case studies. I try to explain things, but how every single client works and every single person works is going to be completely different. And I could have two, let's say, shops selling pet food, and they could still need a different strategy. So as much as I can help so much when I'm doing free things, but paid is different. So I've got a new inner circle group that I've just launched. It's a $1 trial, and it's only going to be $37 if you sign up now in the next couple of weeks, and then the price is going up to $97 a month. If you don't know about my 500K challenge, I've challenged myself to earn $500,000 in the next 12 months from my new t-shirt business, which hasn't launched yet, but here's one of them. I've got one of the t-shirts on, and the inspirational quote. So I'm really excited. They have arrived, and this Saturday I'm doing a photo shoot. I'm so excited. I've actually now got, just a quick touch base with what's going on there. I actually have got a designer giving me the denim, the jeans to wear for the photo shoot. So we've got Martina doing the hair, we've got my t-shirts, and now we've got a Dutch denim label that's actually supplying the denim as well. So that's all come together as a photo shoot. If you come into my inner circle, you'll find out a lot more details about my 500K challenge, and I'll be walking you through exactly what it's really like owning a business over the next 12 months, and every step of the way of what I'm doing, what I'm really doing. And there's a lot of people out there that say, oh, I'll teach you all this stuff, but they're not actually taking you through step by step. They're sort of giving you advice on what they're doing, but they're not proving it. So I'll be showing you the back end of my website. I'll be showing you, live a video from the photo shoot next week, things like that. So I won't be holding anything back in that group. So besides that, the whole thing tonight was, today I actually was asked to be on a podcast. it was actually for an Amazon podcast, because the guy that runs that podcast, it's called Amazon All Star. So if you have an Amazon store, then I highly recommend you listen to that podcast. It's brilliant. And there's a lot of different podcasts there. There's a lot of information there. And when I met with Matt, he has got an Amazon store, and he's very successful on Amazon. And if you don't know much about Amazon, Amazon's great, except they're doing a few things at the moment where certain people are losing their whole businesses due to Amazon taking over and starting to compete with them, taking away from their business. There's a few other things going on. That's a whole nother story, and it's on its own. So a lot of the Amazon sellers are coming over to an e-commerce store and having their own platform. So I met with Matt, and Matt actually asked me to help him out and take a look at why, what he's doing wrong, if he can improve anything. And so today we had a 2-hour meeting, and we sat there for about 2 hours. And as he said, and we did the interview today, I just ripped through everything that he was doing and just went, no, you need to change this, you need to change this. And the thing was, it's not that he was doing anything. Sorry, I'm just reading a message that's coming through at the same time. It's not that he was doing anything extremely wrong on his Shopify store. It wasn't like I looked at it and said, okay, well, everything's wrong. It was just these tiny little things that were wrong with what he was doing. So we just took apart all the different things, and there was one of the pages that it was just one word, and one word was making all the difference. So I did that with him today. I went through his website, and then we actually went and did an interview. He interviewed me for his podcast, and we pretty much spoke about everything we had spoken about together about his website. And because a lot of Amazon sellers are wanting to get into e-commerce, they're doing very well, and a lot of these Amazon sellers are making a lot of money. But it is a completely different system. It's completely different. You can't put the two. Yeah, you're selling the same thing. Like if you're selling socks on Amazon and you're selling socks on your e-commerce store, yes, you're selling socks, but the whole system, the strategy behind it, the things that you have to think about are different. So in today's Facebook Live, I just wanted to mention some of those. So this is not just for Amazon sellers. This is for anyone who is selling on an e-commerce platform, Shopify platform. These are some areas where you might be doing some things wrong. So, and I'm just bringing up these particular things that I spoke to Matt about today. So one thing was he had a warranty page, and his warranty page said that, send it back and we'll refund it. And it sounded really good. But once I actually, when I read it, I said, that's really great, but you're not actually being very specific. And I asked him a question. I said, is that a lifetime warranty? And he said, yes. And I said, but you don't use that word lifetime. So it's important that if you're offering a lifetime warranty or a 365-day warranty like Zappos does, or if it's a 2-week warranty, whatever that is, you need to put that in there. Be very, very specific. The way you've got to think is, think of the dumbest person ever that could land on your site and ask you all the questions in the world. You want to be ready for those people. I'm just reading the chat thing. So Scott's here. Hey, Scott. I'm on. Good to be here. Thanks for being here, Scott. If anyone else is here, just yell out hello, because I actually can't see who's here unless you actually say hello in the chat. So please say hello in the chat. And if you've got any questions while I'm talking, please ask me questions, because I'm more than happy to answer any questions that come through. So that was one thing that we were talking about. Sorry, was a warranty. And here's the reason why. This is the reason why it's really important. People go to Amazon and buy, and they go to eBay to buy, and they use PayPal to purchase because it's legitimate, it's real. They know that most of the times that if they buy something and if it doesn't get delivered, or if it's not as it said it was going to be, then they're going to get a refund, or they're going to get it replaced, and the shop's not going to just disappear all of a sudden. And of course it does. These things happen, but it's just that mentality that if I buy from Amazon, because people don't think of Amazon as being individual sellers, they just think of Amazon as selling, and that's all they think about. So they think of the warranty and the stock being there as if it was going to be just one shop. Same with eBay. People know that eBay is separate, but they also know that eBay has very good returns policies, the whole star rating, that, if people get too many bad star ratings, it's going to affect that person's ability to sell. So people can trust eBay store owners, they can trust Amazon, they can trust Etsy for all of those reasons. So you've got to think, if this is your own website and if you don't have great reviews, then that's the first thing that's going to kill you. Because if I get onto a website and I say, I want to buy socks for my child, then I'm going to go on there and I'm going to say, okay, well, the socks on this website are $5 a pair. I'm going to go to Amazon and say, oh, well, they're $5.50 a pair, but you know what? They've got 375 reviews for those socks. Whereas the other website, they might be slightly cheaper, but they've got no reviews. Is there something wrong with the company? Do they not do returns policies properly? Do they lie about, what they're actually selling? There's a million questions that people ask. So it doesn't look very legitimate. Well, sorry. Having your own website doesn't have that same legitimacy as an Amazon or an eBay does. So you need to bring that in as much as you can. So if you've got a warranty that's 100% warranty, and the good thing is Matt has an email address there, so you can go through and actually email him. Some people don't want to put their phone numbers on their website, and that's fine, but have a live chat if you can't have a phone number. Have an email address there. What can you do to make people feel secure and safe that they're going to hand over their credit card and they're going to be purchasing and getting exactly what they paid for? One of the other things was Matt's got a lot of reviews from his Amazon store, because remember, these are the products he's been selling on Amazon very successfully for a long time. So he's got a lot of reviews. But there was, like, when you land on the page, one of the first products, because just the way on Shopify you say, I'll just set the featured products, one of the products that came up at the top had much, much fewer reviews than the other ones. So I said, why don't we move that one? It doesn't have to be the first thing people see. The other ones had a couple of hundred reviews each. And then this other one was, I think it was 18 or 20 or something like that. And for most most e-commerce sellers, 18 reviews is absolutely fantastic. But when you look proportionally, if that's the first thing I land on and I see that one's only got 18 and the other one's got 200 reviews, it's going to make me think that those products are better than that one. So later on, of course, you can add it later on, but the first thing people see, you want them to see only the best things. You want them to see everything that's the absolute best. Another thing, Shopify is fantastic and it gets really good SEO value. It's really, really good when it comes to mobile responsiveness, but not always. So there's still some things, and actually I have my workshop that I run, my e-commerce backstage pass group, and tonight was one of my groups, and inside that group one of the guys was telling me that when he uploads his images onto, and I don't know which theme he's using, but when he uploads his images on his computer, they all look the same. All the images look the same. However, when he looks at it on his mobile devices, the sizes change. So everyone thinks that Shopify's got this great mobile responsiveness, but something's going wrong there, and that's something that we have to look at. But he just brought this up now in our workshop. So don't assume that what you're seeing on your laptop is going to be the same as what you see on your mobile phone. And today with Matt, one of the first things, he's got this great little text area at the top of the page, and it looks nice on the laptop because you can see the text and then you see the images below and you can see both parts. But on a mobile, all you land on is the actual text. Now, his product is very visual. People like that, there's sort of product. Sorry, I'm not going to I didn't actually ask him if I can talk about him today. So I'm not going to mention what he sells because I don't know how much everyone knows, because with Amazon, people don't always tell each other what they sell. So I'll just mention, his products are very much, it's a great visual product. So in his case, having too much text at the top on a mobile phone and no actual images can become a problem. So you've got to look at those sort of things as well. Do you have, how do you talk about your payments? What's your payment process? What is it that you're offering when it comes to shipping? Is there free shipping? Have you got the badges there saying that you're actually a legitimate, that you take credit card legitimately? there's a whole lot of things that when you think about it, if you step back from your website and you look at it and you think, would I purchase from here? And one thing that I say to people all the time, and this is the first thing I tell all my clients, is when you are building a website, don't think of this as a website. What I like to tell people is think of this as your best salesperson. If you had a shop, what would that best salesperson look like? What would they tell the people walking into the shop? What would you expect them to know and give that information to the person? So if someone walks into your shop and you might sell, I don't know, toys, and someone walks in to purchase a toy, that best salesperson, what would you like them to say for each of those items? Oh, this toy is fantastic for a 5-year-old, or this toy is extremely safe and it's being tested, or what are those things that you need to be talking about? So think about those things and think of your website as that salesperson. Think about the last time you went into a shop and you had an excellent salesperson talking to you. What did they say to you? Think about the times that you've walked into a shop and thought, that salesperson has not been a good salesperson at all. What were they not telling you? Think about the websites that you visit and you have been researching to buy something. What stopped you from buying from certain websites? A lot of the time, a lot of the products might be the same. It might be that you're buying something and on one site it might be $5 and on the next site it might be $5.50. What stopped you from buying one over the other? Have you checked your competition? Do you know who your competition are? Do you know what they're doing? Are they doing something, especially the bigger guys, like are they doing something that maybe you can implement into your website as well? So there's quite a few different things you need to think about. So just go through your website page by page and think, what would stop me from buying at this very moment? Is your first image the wrong image? I see this all the time. People have got these images as their first image. Actually, I heard this a few weeks ago from someone. I was reading someone's blog and they were talking about being an e-commerce expert. And he said the first image you should use is always the logo from the company. And I thought, no, it's not. That's like the worst thing you can use. I was just imagining if you went to a website that sold Nike runners, you don't need the Nike sign there. You want to see the picture of the actual thing that you're looking at, not the Nike logo. That can be further on down the page. That can be in another section. It can be on the corner of the image. But that's not your first image. That's definitely not the first thing you use. So are your images correct? One thing I say all the time, and if you've watched any of my Facebook Lives, then you will know that this is one thing that I mention time and time and time again, is are your images up to scratch? Now, with Matt's website, his images were brilliant. All the images were beautiful. They were all professional. You can see he spent money on getting his images done. Are your images up to scratch? Because so many times people think, I'll just put up that image, but think about how people normally buy. People are normally used to going into the shop, picking it up, feeling it, and you need to give them every single possibility that experience of being on your website is the closest possible experience to actually being in the shop and buying it. So you want to have the right images. You want to make sure your descriptions are long enough. One of the guys in my group, my weekly group, today in the workshop, I said to him, you've got to have your descriptions all up there. Like, seriously, put your descriptions up, because if you don't have your descriptions, people can't purchase because they don't know what it is. Pictures look great. The item looks great. It's sort of like the items sort of, they're closed. You can see that they're closed, but he's got so many great unique selling positions of what he sells. Have all that information in there. If it means that you have to write 1.5 pages of text, write 1.5 pages of text, and then bullet points. So have a little bit of text, like a paragraph, and then have some bullet points and another paragraph and some bullet points. Split it up so people can skim, people can read in depth if they want to. But if you don't have the right descriptions on your item, then forget trying to sell. So if you're making any of these mistakes, I can guarantee you the first thing I'm going to tell you to do is turn off any of your paid advertising. Trust me, just turn it off. Go back to your website, because I can get you 1,000 people in 5 minutes to your website. Getting you the people to your website is not the hard part. The hard parts are getting, first of all, the right traffic. Getting just traffic in general is not hard. But then the worst part is that if I get you the right traffic, are they buying from you because your website is actually telling the right story? So if you're sitting here listening to this and thinking, maybe I'm missing a few things, go and turn off any paid advertising immediately. I can tell you how many times this has happened where clients have come to me and they come to me with the whole premise of, can you get me more of the right traffic to my website? And, I've tried this and I'm getting this traffic, but they're not buying from me. So there's something wrong with my Facebook ad. And then I have a look, and 9 times out of 10, it's not the Facebook ad that's not working. It's their website that's not working. And until I fix the website, I cannot fix the ads. Like, there is just no point. So if you're listening, turn off all of your ads and just go back to your website and have a look at the things that you need to do differently. Because you can split test, you can try different things. You can run around trying to find bloggers. You can run around trying to find, Facebook ads, Pinterest ads, Google Shopping Network. You can try all of that. But until your website's set up properly, then all of that is just going to be a waste of time for you. And that is where most people waste their money, is the fact that those things are not done properly. Then, once you've set up everything properly on your website and you're getting the website set up for conversions, then go back and say, okay, let's test my ads again. Maybe the ads were right in the first place. Let's try them out, spend some money on that. Maybe if they're still not converting, maybe then, it's time to change the ad up a little bit. But don't go straight for the ad. Check the website first. That's the most important part of the whole process. So that's it for today. I know I talk really fast, but if you have questions, leave them under this video. I'm more than happy to help you. Come into my free Facebook group if you're not there already. Come and join my inner circle. It's $1 trial for a month. Come in there for a month. Everything launches in the next couple of days. I'm getting everything organized. Once you're in there, it's $1 for a month. If you don't love it, then you can leave anytime you want to. But inside there, I'm going to be doing more of these sort of things, but they're actually going to be workshop style. So you can jump on the call, talk to me, ask me questions, because doing this chat, asking questions in a chat is not as easy because it's harder to explain what you're trying to ask. I can, in that inner circle, I'll jump on your website while we're actually on the live call and I'll check it out and we'll actually talk about it and I can help you out in there. And really, it's all about me showing you how to really, really run a business while I'm actually doing everything else. So me running my business, and my aim is to make $500,000. I only want to work 5 hours a week on that business because I have 100 other things going on, anyone that knows me. So that's going to be just a very small part of my business package, businesses that I run. So if you want to know how I actually do that, all the little things that I do, then jump into the inner circle, and that's where I'll be giving, all the information away. Come into the group, get onto my website, carolineblinsker.com, and find out more. If you're in London, come and join me at the free event in London. Go to meetup.com, and it's the London e-commerce success group. And you can come and join that because that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to be in London doing that as well. So have a great day, have a great evening wherever you are, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.